This month at Cornerstone we decided to share some fun videos of our fathers for Father's Day. Enjoy!
So when I was 6 years old, my parents got divorced and I had quality time available with my dad every Saturday. But he was unsure where we should have this quality time. So my mum said to him, look, you've always been interested in 10-pin bowling from a very young age. Why don't you take Darren bowling? So that was our thing. We started to go bowling every Saturday and I would learn how to bowl. And I think by the age of about 12 or 13, I got so good I was actually beating my dad. He didn't take it too well, but hey, that's life. And through the years we started bowling together in various leagues to the point where we were actually bowling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So 10-pin bowling is our special thing. It's something that we really enjoyed and we were both actually pretty good at it. I've got about 30 medals at home. Actually went and played in Vienna and won a gold medal for the Jewish Olympics as well. But I think for me a really fond memory of spending quality time with my dad is through 10-pin bowling, and the fact that he loved it as a kid as well makes it even more special.
Well, I used to have this little plastic tea set, like teacups, plates, and I used to love them. I don't know why, but absolutely loved them. And I was desperate to have like afternoon tea. You can tell how posh I was. I wanted afternoon tea, and so my dad went to the effort of like making these little like sandwiches and like filled up the teacups with like just with cold water, and we went out, sat in our garden like on the wall and had our afternoon tea. And I don't know why it stuck with me. I must have only been like 3 or 4, but it's really really stuck with me as like a key memory of my childhood, and obviously meant a lot to me at the time.
I'd love to have seen that looking out the window.
So basically my dad's like, my friends call him Action Man because he's a proper adventurer. He's a helicopter pilot, used to be a sailor, rode across the Atlantic. I mean, like, he's an hunter. I'm the total opposite, like just at home. And when I was a teenager, when I was a child and a teenager, my dad has dragged me along doing stuff that I really, really didn't want to do. Like, you know, hiking across the desert or stuff that's amazing now, but as a teenager I didn't like. And so now I'm so glad that he did it. But back then it was like, oh no, why?
It's good to have your parents pushing you.
Yeah, so I'm grateful that he did that, but at the time it was...
When I first set up Cornerstone, we found this factory in Germany. We wanted to buy razors off them. And the guy said that the quantities you want to buy are so small, the only way I'll possibly sell them to you is if you come to the factory with the cash. I thought, oh, this is never going to work. And then I thought, actually, you know what? Let's drive down there and give him the cash. So I called my stepdad, we hopped in the car and literally drove through the night to Frankfurt, which is where the factory was. We stopped at the bank on the way past Dover and got I think it was 5,000 euros in cash. And we just drove through the night to Frankfurt, probably 20 Red Bulls, 15 hot dogs, and get to the factory in rural Germany at 5 to 9 in the morning. Absolutely crazy adventure.
We went to Kenya when I was about 8, and I remember being in a canoe and the water was nearly coming into the canoe, like this we're going to a rural village, and I was really scared, and there were actually piranhas in the water, so yeah, that was quite frightening. My dad was sort of helping me relax and calm me down.
Wow. No, that's an adventure.
A funny adventure with my dad was probably when I went to Dubai when I was about 7 or 8. And we were going on a 4x4 sand dune trip, and being a 7-year-old girl, absolutely hated it, crying and screaming in the background. We were going to a Bedouin tent where we were then meant to go camel riding, and again I was still in floods of tears, so I refused to climb onto this camel, so my poor dad had to stay behind with me whilst the rest of my family in the group went on a nice sunset camel ride. So it's quite sweet for him.
That's nice of him.
If you can feel my hands, like, I'm not gonna lie, I need to wash them after this. They're so clammy.
I'll give you something short, man. I'll slash a bit short.
So,
composed.
You can see me? Oh no. It's in